Well, hello, everyone, and welcome again to the Undergraduate Virtual Open Day for 2023. My name is Corey Saranin. I'm Head of Technology Enhanced Learning for the Institute of Continuing Education. This presentation is going to be just a quick introduction to what it means to study online at undergraduate certificate and diploma level for the Institute of Continuing Education. Give just an overview of several things. First is going to be how in the technology enhanced learning team we support students. So we'll talk a bit about the virtual learning environment, or VLE, which is sort of the main study portal for our undergraduate certificate and diploma students, and indeed all students studying online at the Institute. We'll talk a bit as well about the training and guidance available to students and the support provided by the Technology Enhanced Learning Helpdesk, and more on that later in the presentation. Just a quick poll. I'll give you 30 seconds to respond. How many of you have used a virtual learning environment before during your previous studies? This could be long ago, or it could be something recent. It could be with the University of Cambridge or another institute, or indeed with the Institute of Continuing Education as well. I'll just take a 30 seconds or so just to provide your responses, and we'll have a look at that. So first, we're going to look at the virtual learning environment, which I did say before was the main portal of study for your undergraduate certificate and diploma programs. And here on the screen now, you can see a snapshot of what our virtual learning environment looks like. So if you've studied at the Institute of Continuing Education or the University of Cambridge before, the feel of the virtual learning environment will be familiar to you, as we use the same Moodle-based platform as the University of Cambridge and the same style. You can see, supporting your studies, first you'll have a general course-specific information area where you click on the tile and you'll be brought to course handbooks, information on study dates, assignment dates, etc. Basically all the general information you need to study your course, as well as contact information for your program leads, your academics, etc., and who you need to get in touch with specifically for support and help. We then have the 3 teaching units listed. So Unit 1 will be Michaelmas term, Unit 2 is Lent term, and Unit 3 is Easter term. By clicking on each of these tiles, you'll have access to this course study material for each individual term. So this will likely be, and can vary from program to program, will be recorded lectures for you to view for any live online sessions, where we'll have the tutors giving their lecture content. It'll have readings and other maybe websites, etc. you may wish to visit as part of your study on the subjects given on specific weeks. It'll also have discussion forums where, outside of your main live online sessions, you'll be able to interact and engage not just with your academics, but with your fellow students as well. So really building that sense of a community throughout, where at any point in the program, you'll be able to engage with your fellow students. And your academic team as well. Sometimes too, tutors will decide to build in short different learning activities such as quizzes that are more informal learning activities designed to sort of benchmark where you are with content and how well you've understood each weekly content. Again, the same will go through for each week or each unit within the Michaelmas, Lent, and Easter term. We also have an assignment area. So all assignments are submitted electronically at the Institute. So you'll be using the virtual learning environment, information on what's required of you in terms of essay questions and whatnot, and instructions will be held in the assignment area, clear information on deadlines as well as the submission area itself will be in the assignment area here. And it's also where you'll find your grades and feedback after those have been completed by your marking and grading team. You then also have a general discussion forum area. So this is going to be course-related discussion questions and forums. So again, it's designed to encourage participants to engage as part of our learning community outside of the main live teaching sessions that you may have online via Zoom. So they're going to be ways that, if you have questions about subjects, you could post questions within the forums, or your academic teams may post specific discussion questions for you to respond to throughout the duration of the course as well. We then have a sort of general live Zoom session links. So this is going to contain links, and after sessions, all the recording links to the live sessions that happen. So you may be, in some cases, you'll have weekly live sessions as part of your program of study to be completed after you've done and reviewed the recorded lectures, and you've completed readings in the forums, and then that live session at the end to sort of tie everything together. Links to all those sessions are neatly held within the Zoom live session area, where you can go and find information or where you need to be and which link on which corresponding date. We also have a feedback area too, which is designed for in-course as well as end of module and end of course feedback. So we'll have a series of questionnaires and ways for you to be able to get in touch with your academic team and with your support admin team as well throughout the program of study. So again, the virtual learning environment is your main sort of hub, and all your activities and learning will happen by the virtual learning environment. We also do, I think I mentioned before, in each of the units, and you'll have a lecture, a recorded lecture to watch. So this is our lecture capture system that we use is called Panopto, and it's designed to help share content easily within the virtual learning environment. Some tutors will use Team or Zoom to record some videos as well, but most will be using Panopto. And the good thing about Panopto is the screen. This is what the viewing screen looks like for students. So you have the main image of the academic speaking. You then have a link to the presentation as well, so you can see the slides that are being presented, and then a list of upcoming slides that you can easily navigate to. As well as a sort of table of contents. So you can find timestamped table of contents where if you're going back and want to review a specific part of an academic lecture, you just simply select the slide that you want to go to, and it'll automatically go that to you. Navigation also includes, you can go back 10 seconds or forward 10 seconds. You can obviously adjust the volume and the speed and the quality as well of the lecture presentation. So it's an engaging way of making sure that you're following lectures and you're able to navigate them in a timely manner. So quick poll in terms of essay writing and sort of the evaluation of programs. Does the idea of learning or relearning an essay referencing best practice terrify you? So for those of you who may, it's been some time since you've studied, or maybe you've not studied at a higher education environment before, how familiar are you with best practice for referencing, etc.? And is this something that concerns you? Again, we'll just give it a few seconds for responses to come in. For those of you who said that you are a bit nervous or some indeed terrified, or even old hats at submitting and writing essays, we use at the Institute a submission or assignment submission tool called Turnitin, which is a plagiarism checking software used by most of the universities around the world. It's the industry leading plagiarism detection software used. But we use it a bit different than most institutions. We use it as a formative use. So the idea that students are able to submit draft submissions of their essays prior to the due date and get feedback via Turnitin on where there may be some referencing issues, to give them an opportunity maybe to speak to their academic teams, etc., to sort of find out best practice and ways of correcting anything. So again, it's not designed to catch people doing wrong. It's designed to be a learning tool. So you can submit draft submissions, as many as you like, up until the deadline for the assignment, at which point your assignment becomes a final version. It does give you an opportunity to sort of work through and find any referencing issues you may have. So again, it's just a digital tool that you have access to that we put in to help you with your study. I touched on the first slide as well, some of the things that the TEL team offers. One of them is training and guidance. So throughout the month prior to the start date of your program, the TEL team will be running training programs or training courses specifically for undergraduate certificates and diplomas. And it'll just be a short informative session where we'll walk you through the steps of logging into the virtual learning environment for the first time, as well as how to navigate and then what the virtual learning environment looks like. So if you do have any issues, or if you've never used a virtual learning environment before, we'll obviously be able to show you what that looks like. And we also have a series of help files available on the virtual learning environment as well. So if you ever get stuck, or if you want to know how to do something, we've created a series of easy to use presentations and help files to help you along the way. But the most important thing is that we also run a TEL Helpdesk where you're able to put in queries or questions if something's gone wrong from a technical standpoint, or if you're unsure of how to use the virtual learning environment. There's a link within the virtual learning environment to the help desk. You submit a ticket clearly defining what the issue is, and a member of the technology enhanced learning team will respond to you, usually within 24 hours with a response. And hopefully we're able to solve that quite quickly. So you are supported throughout. And again, if you've not used environments before, they are there for you. So to find out more, in addition to supporting the virtual learning environment for our award-bearing programs, we do offer a series of online courses as well. So these are non-award-bearing online courses. I just wanted to give those a shout out here, and you can find more at the link here. But also, in the meantime, if you have any questions about the virtual learning environment, please do get in touch with us in the Technology Enhanced Learning team. You can email us at elearning@ice.ac.uk, and we'll give you a response as soon as we can. Now, I think we'll be looking at a Q&A, so we'll stop the presentation there and join the live Q&A session. Thank you very much.